Wanted, someone to go back in time and cover games news with us. This is not a joke. You'll get paid in exposure after we get back. We've done this 13 times before. Journalism not guaranteed. Welcome to Journalism Not Guaranteed, the gaming news podcast that covers future, past, present, future not included. I'm Tectonic Improv, and these are my co-hosts, Tabby Nickel.
I hate all airlines.
And Null Toxicity.
I'm sick.
We from the after the live in Encino, California episode for my two co-hosts, they're paying the piper.
I got con flu and I didn't even go to a con.
It's bullshit,
Yeah.
I know.
Exactly. I'm fine personally.
I didn't even get the yaoi paddle.
I didn't get
They don't
glumped.
do yaoi paddles anymore.
I know.
I didn't get glumped and I got con flu. It's bullshit.
I guarantee you one of you got glomped over the weekend.
No, none of us got glumped that I remember.
Well, that's
No.
going to have to change.
I feel like glomping is dangerous.
It is incredibly
It's
dangerous.
is it not just like tackling somebody to the ground?
Yes.
Yeah, like, what are we, fucking NFL players? No, we're like anime cosplayers.
People have said I'm built like a linebacker.
I'm built different. Is what I say about myself. Before we get into the news,
A conscious decision this episode, by the way, is I'm not going to edit out any of my hacks or wheezes.
well, that's just to let the audience in on the definitive post-con experience, and two, it's to tie it into our Weezer brand.
Just a guy coughing and it's Weezer. It's a t-shirt.
Did you know Weezer had a Snuggie?
Really?
Yeah, there was a Weezer Snuggie. The only difference,
If it's blue, I'm
signifying-
going to swear to God.
well, I mean, yeah, it's blue, but Snuggies were just blue. They were like Blue Album blue, but also it just has the Weezer text on the front. That's the only difference. I think you can get one for $40. I've considered it. Anyway, before I get into the news, I want to talk about the non-news that didn't happen this week. Where is the Switch Pro? Have you found it yet, Tabby? Well, I've been looking all week for it, and I can't find it.
You know, I've been looking for the Switch Pro for 3, 4, some would argue since before the Switch even launched. I've been looking for the Switch Pro, and I have yet to find it.
Well, did you see the leaks for it?
There's no...
I saw all the leakers backpedaling and saying that it might not happen until after
Look,
E3.
the Switch-
What about
which is
these?
really funny.
What about these leaks?
The Switch Pro is going to release on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Oh, I did see
Sunday.
this.
These leaks claim that it will legit be able to suck your dick raw.
God, I'm so fucking horny right now. Fuck my balls, babe. Fuck.
That's from the leak, by the way. Tabby didn't just say that.
Yes, that is from the leak.
So
Can't wait to get that isolated and sent out.
I'm pissed. I'm pissed that we ain't got no fucking Switch Pro yet. I want to see this stupid thing.
Is there even going to be one? Like, genuinely,
There's
is there
no
going
way.
to be
like-
one?
I feel like there is. There's all sorts of different shit, not just from epically bacon Twitter leakers, but they had that Bloomberg thing from a few months ago. There was all those developers talking about how Nintendo wanted their games to be 4K.
We've been getting reports from journalists and manufacturers about Switch Pros being in development with 4K screens for like 2 years. And like, I almost don't believe it at this point. Because we
You definitely don't believe it. I can tell.
Yes, because we would have heard. No, there's part of me that's like, there's a chance. There's always a chance, but like, I don't think it's gonna happen. Because like, why put more resources into something that's already selling like hotcakes?
Because you could sell more.
Okay, but the Switch Pro, like, assumedly, it's gonna be a docked-only version of the Switch, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we can assume anything, especially if these new Switches are supposed to have OLED screens. That wouldn't really make a lot of sense if it was just docked.
Oh, I didn't see the OLED stuff, but
Yeah, that was from like a few weeks ago.
Whatever. It's not gonna happen.
I just
How much do you want? Do we want to put a bet on this?
I'll put $20.
Yeah, I'll put
All right,
$20
go.
on it happening.
All right, so if the Switch Pro is real, I get $40.
No. If the Switch
40?
Pro is
Wait,
real,
no,
I pay. No, if the Switch Pro is real, I pay each of you $10.
Okay,
If the Switch Pro is not real, you both pay me $10.
Sure.
Okay.
That works.
Wait, no, you're on my side.
Yeah,
Hashtag my side.
I'm on the side of Nintendo Switch Pro coming. Like it just. You remember the Nintendo 64 Pro? It was banger.
Yeah, that thing was sick as hell. You could make F-Zero courses on it or something.
All right. I wanna talk about another fake leak that came out earlier today. That I didn't put it in the notes because I wasn't gonna talk about it, but here we are.
Wait, Tabby, before we go. Before we leave this topic forever, did you guys see the theory that all the posturing for Switch Pro is just a psyop by CG Projekt Red to sell more copies of The Witcher?
What? I don't get this. What is this joke?
I don't know. It's just like people just really want The Witcher to run good on the Switch, so they're just.
Doesn't that already like run not good, but run
surprisingly well,
surprisingly okay?
Yeah, I don't know.
So
it'd be better if it ran better, right?
20 frames at 540p.
It would be better if it ran better. That's all I'm saying.
So there was a leak on V earlier today from someone claiming that Arc System Works, creators of Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball Fighters, Blaze Blue, you know them, you'll love them.
Oh, I saw this.
Is going to make a My Hero Academia fighting game. Now, besides this, just reading it and it reads entirely like fan fiction. Their source isn't even dude, trust me. Like, there's nothing about this that proves it's real at all. If it is, cool, but like, I don't see how it could be. Like, it's not gonna happen, specifically because the arena finder that they make for that game is still in its DLC cycle. They're still putting out new content for that, so they're not gonna like immediately start promoting a new game while that other one's in its promotion cycle still.
Is the arena fighter good?
Of course not.
I've heard people say it's like good, but from like arena fighter fans. So I don't know like how
arena
good
fighter
that
fans
is.
are sick and battered and need help.
You hear that, Globku? We're calling you out.
Who's Globku?
He's some arena fighter YouTuber guy that got like Strive early access.
Cool.
Shit, I don't remember Stripe being an arena fighter. Curious.
According to Sega, it is.
All right. Any other leaks we want to talk about? Oh, fuck, wait, I got a leak.
I got a leak. I'll be right back.
Yeah. I was just talking about this before the recording, literally like 5 minutes before we started recording. Shin Megami Tensei 5 leaks happened, and this one comes from the Japanese website for the game. I assume that this got taken down, but people were able to recover it regardless. The game will release on November 11th, 2021, which is surprisingly, like, I thought this game was going to get pushed back. If this is true, that's good news. It has story details and stuff. I decided I wasn't going to read those, so if you want to, I'm looking forward to this game. So if they're going to reveal it in a trailer or something, I'd rather watch the trailer.
I can't wait. I can't wait for to have a very normal looking UI, and I just have Persona fans like seethe beyond all recognition.
Maybe. Who knows? I think it's funny. Do you remember like the wide circulation of just like falsehoods about The Last of Us 2 because this giant leak that happened where people just started making up wild shit about the game?
Oh, like how Abby is trans.
Yeah, like that, and like how like they were like he's forcing his people to watch like gore videos. It's like that just wasn't true at all.
No, that was
Mortal Kombat.
That was repurposed from Mortal Kombat, and that is true.
Well, people thought like there was like a like tiny like link, like tweet link that like linked the two together, and it's just people immediately just were just like, man, I can't believe The Last of Us would do that.
Druckmann.
Neil
I always
Druckmann
blank
is
on
a
that
hack.
guy's name.
Speaking of hacks,
Can't stuck the truck.
I'm going to bring this one out early because I'm very excited to talk about it. So,
We're giving them a treat so soon.
it's because I love it. This is my kind of treat.
I'm still in shock.
Earlier today, an article was put out by Solidaires Informatique. I think I'm butchering it because it's French. It's a French video game like union news site. I don't know. It's a news site in France for video games. It's relevant.
We like to report on the news.
You've made an enemy for life, Tech.
And that's the French.
I love the French.
So this is in a lawsuit of Quantic Dream versus Mediapart, which I believe is their parent company, or someone representing the workers there who were claiming David Cage saying very racist, transphobic, and sexist things constantly. This has been like a known issue since 2017, but the lawsuit's finally like going underway.
It was a defamation. It was a defamation lawsuit.
Yeah.
The cool thing about defamation lawsuits
Nazi
is that
photo
you get
montages is a specific word they use.
The funny thing about defamation lawsuits is that if you're correct, you get to prove by like in a court of law that something is like you get to prove your like whatever slander or whatever true in a court of law. It's like there forever. It's in public records.
It's very funny. This one, especially as I already actively dislike David Cage and the video games he makes, even though I've bought every single one. Some things had happened when they were revealing quotes from David Cage that he had previously said. And I'm going to just read this little excerpt from the article, censoring some words for the sake of Null's time. David Cage stamping in tears, exclaiming, "You are interfering in my business. This case touches my honor," before leaving the court, fleeing the plea of the defense lawyers. And it was obvious that it was difficult for him to speak of honor when a list of things he would have said in public mentioned, "In any case, in my game, all women are whores. In open space, it lacks tits. And at Quantic Dream, we do not play game. We do not play for."
You are butchering this.
It's because I'm reading the French translation that I was
anyway.
looking at.
In my games, all women are whores. In the open space, there's a lack of tits. Or at Quantum Dreams, we don't make games for F slurs.
Hard F slur.
Yeah.
Look, the French messed me up. Okay.
The French.
And there's a bunch of
celebrated for its excellence.
There's a bunch of other stuff that they show. A very fun quote about David Cage that he has said in the courtroom that I didn't mention earlier.
That wasn't the fun one?
That wasn't the fun. No, this is my favorite part of the entire thing. He comes to ask the magistrates eye to eye, "But I'm not under oath, so can I lie?" In a courtroom, he said, "So I can lie, right?" And there's there's a bunch of stuff like that. There's them CEOs photoshopping coworkers onto Nazi images. Like,
I just love, you want to talk about homophobia? I work with Elliot Page now, right? Who fights for LGBT rights. You want to talk about racism? I work with Jesse Williams, who fights for the civil rights of USA. Judge me by my work.
I'm David Cage. I make the game where the androids sit on the back of the bus.
Oh, I fully motto Elliot Page's naked body without her consent. Oh, his consent. Oh, ho, ho.
I have a scrapbook of Elliot Page from when they were a child to when they were an adult.
What?
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. There's a lot of history about Quantic Dreams and their work conditions and David Cage being a creep and just an absolute kind of shit.
Allegedly.
July 7th,
Listen,
I'll get my verdict.
I don't want to get sued by
Allegedly.
Quantic Dreams.
Allegedly. No, fuck you. David Cage. No, don't sue me. But more importantly, you just need to go and either play or watch his games, and then you can understand everything you need to know about the man.
Every time you see Connor in Detroit Become Human, remember that David Cage fucking hated the actor who played him.
The quintessential eye wink of Connor, like the best thing he does in the entire game. The thing that also is very plot relevant, the eye wink, was ad-libbed, and David Cage demanded it be removed from the game, and everyone else said no, it's better.
It's good. Oh boy. Is that everything about Mr. Cage?
I could go on forever, but I won't.
Talk about litigation. This is a ROM site, ROM Universe, who was dispensing ROMs on their website. They decided to go to court with Nintendo, saying that their cease and desists weren't valid because they weren't hosting the ROMs themselves. They went to court without a lawyer. They defended themselves without an attorney. And they basically got reamed in court and lost like $2.1 million.
Are you telling me he didn't own Nintendo with facts and logic?
Here's the kicker. One, he did upload ROMs to his website, and that was proven in court. And two, he was selling access to ROMs.
Yeah, wasn't it like a subscription thing you could pay for? Yeah, I remember reading this. It's like, dude, look, Doom Shotgun sound and all that stuff, but you're asking for it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't feel sorry for this guy.
Yeah, I didn't know about the sub thing. After that, it's fuck you.
It's fucking insane. I'm just like, how do you do that? And then you're like, I got this. I'll take them on in court myself.
Leave Jiren to me.
Leave jury to me.
Yeah. So, this is really funny. This is kind of like a W for Nintendo, and I really hope it doesn't incite fervor, more fervor on them against ROMs, because anytime Nintendo takes a W, they just keep going with it. So.
Reminder, your Switch Online subscription is paying for this lawsuit.
Yeah, all $20 of it. What the fuck was I gonna say? I was gonna say something poignant. It wasn't actually poignant. I don't think this adds any sort of precedent that wasn't already there in the legal system. So it's just kind of one of those easy slam dunk arenas for Nintendo, and we all just move on and get our perfectly legitimate copies of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance.
It adds the don't defend yourself in court versus a corporation's legal team to
well, I'm glad someone finally tested that out to see if it would work. Bless Matthew Storman's heart.
The hubris of man.
This truly is a modern Icarus.
It's true.
Yo, Kid Icarus? Like
on
Nintendo?
frail wings of vanity and wax.
What's that?
Yeah.
No, it's okay, guys. The new Kid Icarus game is going to be announced
at E3. Is that the game
at E3.
Dark Pit's from?
No, that's a sequel to Dark Cloud.
Dark Cloud. Kid Icarus. It's insane. Okay, let's talk a little more about Nintendo stuff, because I love Nintendo games. Whee!
Nintendo.
Speaking of not Nintendo games, though, but something to do with Nintendo, Nintendo has announced something called the Nintendo Gallery. This is a placeholder name. It's supposed to be a showcase and exhibit with exhibits of historical products made by Nintendo or whatever. It should be completed sometime between April 2023 and March 2024. So
like
this
a
is
physical,
a long ways out.
The physical thing.
Yeah. It's supposed to somewhere in Japan. At its Uji Ogura plant. I don't know where that is.
Is this
just to note, because thank you, Twitter user Jumpman128X, who I saw in the replies when I clicked to this tweet.
Yeah. I like this.
Who's replied with yet another reason to leave the US for Japan.
White guys take one L and move to Japan.
That's the plot of Tokyo Drift. Actually, white guy takes an L and moves to Japan.
Yeah, but
it's funny because it's true.
The thing is, he didn't want to move to Japan now.
Well, I was talking about the dad, but also the son. The dad took an L and moved to Japan. That movie was kind of funny.
That movie is good, dude. What do you think about Teriyaki Boys? The song Teriyaki Boys.
Yes. Yeah. The soundtrack is completely out of my head. I love the part at the end where he wins the race. He wins the race, and
wow.
And Bow Wow is like, it's like, yo, there's someone here to see you. He's like, I ain't taking visitors. He's like, said he was friends with Han, and it's like, and he perks up, and it's like, who could it be? And he says, and then he's like, says he was family, and then you just know who it is immediately. It's like a Smash Brothers reveal. It's like, it's my favorite character, and then you see Vin Diesel.
That's really that's the spoiler that we told you to take your headset off for.
Oh well, I already knew that.
Wait. Vin Diesel can be in Smash Brothers. He's a video game character now,
but he wasn't originally from a video game.
Riddick
unless Riddick was originally a video game.
Riddick was the D&D character.
That doesn't count.
That's not. Yeah, D&D is a video game. Anyway,
Riddick being a D&D character though is funny.
Yeah, very funny. Samsung and AMD working on a mobile chip with ray tracing.
Well, that's funny because Samsung actually released a mobile chick today. Or the other day.
No, okay, this character. Okay, this is like, people got this all wrong.
I know she was. I know she was. She was like, what's it called? She was rejected, but I. It's okay. I won't reject you, sweetie.
I won't reject you.
I want her to spit in my mouth.
Shut up.
Did you make fun of me for watching Nagatoro?
Yes.
This mobile chip is. I talk about mobile gaming.
No more questions.
Talking about mobile gaming and nobody cares. This chip is supposedly able to do ray tracing. The thing is ray tracing on mobile is like bad.
It'll have like some benefits for like audio processing stuff, but like the ray tracing that people think about, fancy shadows. No.
It's not going to be as good as you see it on consoles or on computers. So that's kind of a misleading thing, but it's still going to be good. This chipset, it's going to be on like flagship like Samsung models. So
one thing it would be good for, actually, because sort of tied onto this. I don't know if it's in your news, but I'm stealing it if it is. Valorant is making a mobile game. Or mobile version of it, and using ray tracing to develop like the fake 3D audio that the PS5 has, doing something like that would actually be very beneficial to especially a game like that.
Crisis. Wait, my news section is all fucked up. It has a bunch of like duplicate links. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing that I was talking about. Very interesting. What you got? Anyone? Play me out.
Fighting game power hour. Yeah, why not? Fuck it. So KOF 15, no trailer to talk about because I can't remember if anything came out, but it was delayed until 2022, which is good because that game didn't look great and we know nothing about it, and they were claiming it was going to release by the end of the year, which was definitely not happening. I want them to take as much time as they can with that game. I want them to make their netcode as good as possible. I want everything on that game to be perfect, do as well as humanly possible. Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown came, released, and it's awful. It's kind of just terrible, like as a port. It uses cloud servers for matchmaking, or not matchmaking, for actual like online play, which has now been dubbed racist netcode.
What?
Because it uses Google's cloud servers as its base because they're readily available and they're probably cheap. The issue is, unless you are in near Sao Paulo, Brazil, if you live on the southern hemisphere of Earth, you cannot play that game online.
What makes it racist?
Because the entirety of Africa and most of South America, you like can't play online because the connection to servers is too far away.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around. Like only those people got good connections.
Those
I was
people
like, what's
cannot
racist
play.
About that? That's funny. That's funny to call it racist.
Like Oregon players do benefit from this though, because like where I live, I'm a 20-minute drive away from the Google servers.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense. If it's racist netcode, then how come Oregon's benefiting from it?
It's because everyone's up here is racist. You just have to remember that.
Thank you.
And there's a bunch of other stuff with it, but like it's just a really bad port, and Sega, do a better job. Like I would say unrelease this and add rollback netcode, because it's worse than just delay.
It's free for 2 months.
It is, yeah. If you have PS Plus, it's free.
I'll play it later.
Yeah, I'm down.
Sorry, I'm too busy playing Paladins.
Paladins is sick. Evo announced a bunch of stuff. Or Sony PlayStation Tournament Series Evolution Championship Series. I think that's like the full name of it. Sorry. Basically, they're doing 3 sets of tournaments. There's called FGC Arcade, Evo warm-up rounds, and Evo side tournaments before the main event. And those are all going to have smaller prize pools and more limited games, but it does also have popular wait, I actually didn't see this full game list the first time. That's kind of hype. It has some more niche titles that people are still excited for. There's still going to be a Skullgirls tournament, so those people are happy. But there's a Emblem or Mobile Suit Gundam Maxi Boost. I don't remember the full name of the acronym. That's getting a side tournament. That's really hype. That community deserves it. So, and lastly, the Olympics. Are any of you familiar with what they're trying to do at the Olympics this year for video games?
Yeah, isn't Hajime Tabata making some sort of game for them?
Allegedly.
We haven't not heard anything about that.
And it happens like in a month.
Yeah, it's happening soon.
Well,
Tabata
so
okay?
No. The qualifiers were happening for the Street Fighter V portion of the like Intel Olympic Open Series things, and it has some very specific rules that nobody is reading and nobody knows about.
Well, I hate reading.
Except some people who are abusing it. For example, for the entire tournament, you cannot play on the training mode stage, and you must be wearing the tracksuit costume for your character, which is available for all characters. So this has resulted in people calling tournament organizers and going, yeah, he beat me 2-1, but we played on the training stage and he didn't use the tracksuit, so I win, right? And they do.
Win?
They do.
That's pretty cool.
That's real?
That's real.
I thought that was just like a joke.
No. That's real.
Oh, wow.
You also have people downloading a game dev test tool for packet loss simulation to purposely make their games lag. And on the East Coast locked bracket, they were allowing West Coast players to enter. And if you know Street Fighter V's netcode, it's not good.
Fighting game players is so grimy, man.
No, it's fucking hilarious, and I love it.
Yeah, but
it is funny.
It's also very grimy.
No.
No, it's not. Okay, cool.
I think it's
I'm glad we felt.
It's definitely grimy. I'm definitely gonna.
Yeah, but so is the International Olympic Committee, allegedly.
It's 2-1. That doesn't mean anything. One grime does not counteract another grime.
Yeah, you can't grime against grime. You have to fight. I was just repeating one. Also,
fight grime with like a Braxo or some shit.
Yeah,
with new OxyClean. Today's podcast sponsor, OxyClean.
Oh, I wish.
Right?
Can we get the bald guy, Mr. Clean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tech, would you shave your head for the Mr. Clean sponsorship?
What was that one, like, shave your head for Justin Bieber challenge?
I don't remember.
I think that's what I think. Yeah, wasn't that like a 4chan thing where like they spread the Justin Bieber
yeah,
like, cancer, and they were just like
shit.
Shave your head for Bieber. Yeah. I remember it.
But yeah, that's the Fighting Game Power Hour.
Cool.
All right. Well, Nola's dying. I'm gonna explain to everyone the banned words at E3 this year. So if you cannot say these words in the E3 app or whatever, and the words are as follows. Oh fuck! It doesn't have a complete list. It just has. All right, I guess I just picked the funny ones. Like,
well, you've got your obvious ones. You know, the racial slurs.
Yeah, you know, your usual suspects. So let's get to the funny ones. Like geography is a banned word. Question mark is a banned word. Toe jam is a banned word. Women rapping is banned. You cannot talk about women rapping.
Well,
I'm
very excited for the Ubisoft press conference. That's all I'm gonna say.
Is so strange.
That might have some sort of connection there. But the final one that people were really scratching their heads over was Canada and Canadian.
So I actually might know a reason why.
I was gonna talk about this, but before I did, there is the ESA actually responded to this article and said that it's like it's just like testing the list with words. However, there is what are you pointing at?
Canada.
Yeah. None of us are Canadian, by the way. Yeah. So I was very curious as to why, because this wasn't out yet when the article dropped. That clarification, and apparently. And this is news to me, but apparently Canadian is like some sort of dog whistle for like black people.
That's very strange.
So obviously that's not what Tabby thought it was.
I thought it was because game devs like to abuse Quebec's like art tax cuts and all that, and a lot of Quebecois people are like, they don't say they're Canadian, they say they're Quebec.
How many?
They also don't play video games. So.
No, but the people who make the video games.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's a lot of like every major game studio has a Montreal studio.
Name one.
Montreal Square Enix, Ubisoft, which has their own college. Or Cégep specifically in Montreal that you can go to, and then you get ported into the Ubisoft mines.
I haven't seen it.
I've never seen Montreal.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen one. I'm not
True.
convinced it's real.
True, you're right. I haven't seen it. I've only heard rumors.
So yeah, that's a funny little story.
Toe Jam, women rapping. What was
Maybe
the other
they're
one?
adding a female character to Toe Jam and Earl, and they didn't want anyone to leak it.
Maybe.
Toe Jana.
That's interesting. Very cool.
Okay, let's go through another one. This is related sort of to that SMT5 news. It is a new game that got announced, having developers, or like featuring developers from a former Shin Megami Tensei devs. And when I say Shin Megami Tensei, I mean Megami Tensei 1 on the Nintendo and Shin Megami Tensei 1 for the Super Nintendo. So these are some old school motherfuckers. In the meantime, since the time this podcast has come out, the game has a name now. It's called Monarch with a K at the end, MONARK, and they named a couple of the developers that are featured here: Kazunari Suzuki, Tsukasa Masuko, Aya Nishitani, and Ryutaro Ito. Who these are all people who worked on Megami Tensei and Shin Megami Tensei. I believe Ryutaro Ito is actually the guy who wrote the original Shin Megami Tensei book. The Megami Tensei book, because the Mega 10 series was originally inspired by a light novel from like the 80s. So these are some old school guys working on this title.
So it claims that they're trying to make a new school RPG. Does that mean it won't have turn-based combat?
No, I assume they mean new, like not new school as in old school, but like new, school RPG. I think it's gonna be like that.
That's whack. I wanted it to be Final Fantasy 15.
Well, fun fact, Tabby, there was actually a Shin Megami Tensei game that took place at a school before Persona. It was called Shin Megami Tensei If.
Are we in the If remake? Is that what Monarch is?
Could you imagine?
Shin Megami Tensei, if anyone actually played this game.
Yo, when's the SMT9 remake?
Oh, if only. We need to get that. A couple of people on this team. Oh, all of them have worked on If, by the way. So, the only one who hasn't is Aya Nishitani.
Okay, I don't understand how there's a Shin Megami Tensei 9, but they're also releasing Shin Megami Tensei 5 this year.
It's called 9 because there's 9 alignments in it.
Don't you think that's a little confusing, though?
No, it's not, because it never came out anywhere else, and the only people who know about it are weirdos.
It released on the original Xbox YouTuber, in Japan only.
No, Marsh made a video on it. It's it's a good vid.
I'm just saying, I could totally see like Shin Megami Tensei 9 on the Xbox just be like, where are the other 8?
That's true.
999 the Nonary games. Where's the other 998 games?
True.
They're non-existent.
Doom Eternal's getting a patch for ray tracing mode.
Yes.
And support for DLSS. I don't know what DLSS is. Apparently it's something with NVIDIA that makes graphics good.
Tell him, Tabby.
It makes graphics good with reducing the amount of total power needed to actually ray trace.
Sounds good to me.
Think upscale graphics, but good.
Upscaling. I'm anti-upscaling.
It's like putting a RetroTink in your computer.
it's short for deep learning super sampling.
Yeah.
It gives you. It's a lot of games do it to make the illusion of 4K, like upscaling to 4K without actually really doing it. There's rumors that the Switch Pro is going to do this to get the 4K.
Man.
And by rumors, I mean it was in that Bloomberg thing from a while ago.
You know, I was watching some Fantasian gameplay recently, and that game looks blurry as fuck.
You watched the Tim Rogers stream?
Yeah.
Is that the Apple Arcade game?
Yeah, it's on Apple Arcade.
But
Well,
like
he was saying that it looked good on his TV.
The backgrounds look blurry as fuck. Well, he was also saying that the backgrounds look really blurry.
Well, isn't that like an intentional thing that's like out of focus or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It probably looks better on a phone, to be honest.
Lower resolutions, sure, but like.
That's interesting. You know what I was watching? I was watching Tim Rogers play Super Mario Galaxy, and it is really funny how indignant he is towards that game. I didn't know that there was anyone who existed who didn't like Super Mario Galaxy, let alone it being Tim Rogers.
It's really funny. I didn't watch that at all.
I mean,
you should watch it. It's good.
But yeah, no, I watched that whole thing today, and I was just like, man, they really should have just like
put the shotgun.
Put the shotgun. No, put like higher resolution versions of the photos that they're using for the diorama in that game. Regardless, that's the only reason I thought of that is because you said 4K and he was playing it on a 4K TV. Crisis Remastered
C10
Trilogy. That's a thing. It's being released. They've got a teaser trailer 2 days ago. Have you guys played Crisis? Like any Crisis?
I own all of them. They're very good.
Yeah.
I played 20 minutes of Crisis 1 before. Seemed kind of cool.
Which one was the benchmark game? Was that Crisis 1? Crisis 2.
No, I thought it was just Crisis.
Yeah, Crisis 1 was the original benchmark game, but after Crisis 2 came out, Crisis 2 became the benchmark game. Can It Run Crisis became the meme, though, but it was Crisis 2.
It was Can It Run Crisis, but, like, from what I understand, like, after the first one, it got a lot easier to run Crisis.
Crisis 2 was still kind of fucked. Crisis 3 is, like, super easy. But because that was after Battlefield 3, and Battlefield 3 runs on a toaster. It ran on the PS3.
Cool. But yeah, there's a teaser trailer. You can watch that on the official Crisis YouTube channel. It looks pretty good, all things considered.
Hang in there, pal.
Anyone has anything else?
No.
I'm out of cough drops. If you guys want to donate to the Journalism Not Guaranteed Cough Drop Fund,
yeah, I'll talk about.
Make sure you purchase the Journalism Not Guaranteed Platinum subscription.
So you can get our addresses and send us stuff.
You can get our individual PO boxes.
No, just our addresses.
Oh, okay.
I'll go raw dog like that, you know.
A funny little trend of events happened earlier this week. Tom Warren, senior editor at The Verge, put out an article stating that Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision will remain exclusive to the Xbox ecosystem for 2 years.
No.
Hours later saying this is not true. They are just licensing it.
Wasn't it just a day? I thought it was a day, not hours.
May 31st. Oh no, it was June 1st. It was exactly 24 hours actually, by like 10 minutes.
Hell yeah, let's go. That's funny because I'm pretty sure my TV has Dolby Atmos, whatever that is.
It does. Your TV
a lot
does.
Of TVs and soundbars just have Dolby Atmos.
I'm probably not taking advantage of it. I don't think I've ever purchased speakers for my television before.
You should buy like a nice little soundbar with like an optical cable.
Aren't soundbars a meme?
No,
not anymore.
You can buy like relatively decent ones for cheap and get like really good sound quality.
I'll send you the latest tech tips video on it.
I just bought Fire Emblem Path of Radiance, so I can't buy anything for 5 weeks. Had to take a second mortgage on my house to buy the GameCube game.
What did that cost you?
$300.
It's insane.
I saw it in the store. I was like, that's fucking stupid. Who would spend that much money on it? And then I left the store. And I texted my brother, and it's like, I sent him the picture of it, and he was like, Jesus Christ. And I was like, yeah, that's crazy. And then then I left the store with my friend, and then I was like talking with him, and one thing led to another, and I text my brother, and I was like, would you go halfsies on this? Hypothetically, would you go in halfsies on this? Haha, unless. And then he was just like, it's like, maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I was like, shit, that's crazy.
And now
I bought it.
Now it's the Improv family heirloom.
Oh
yeah,
my
well,
god.
hang on. Let me look at the. Would you hypothetically go halfsies? Hypothetically, maybe. What if I went back and bought it? He's like, up to you. Fuck it. Time for some mogul moves. Yeah, and then I bought it.
That's very funny.
I thought it was funny. The store owners didn't really seem to react much to it. I thought it would have been kind of a spectacle to just like, you know, see the guy who just left like 5 minutes ago storm in, grab the GameCube game and a Sonic and Knuckles pin. I threw that in there. And then, you know, went home.
I cried.
You should have like told them like, hey, you want to play this with me? You can come to my house.
Yeah, you know, famous co-op game, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance.
That's not a car, you know. It's just like you pass the controller around. It's like you can technically. I can see I can see a way to play Fire Emblem at like a party, right? You have like 10 people,
Everyone
picks a character, and you just play as your
funny.
character. That'd be pretty interesting.
All right, we're talking about news.
Yeah, news. Ed Boon made a tweet. This isn't really news. This literally doesn't mean anything, but he put out a poll, and it's just like remaster ... and put out a bunch of stuff like MK2, MK9, Deception, and Shaolin Monks. And Shaolin Monks is like winning really hard on this, and it got the word Shaolin Monks trending on Twitter all day.
Hasn't Ed Boon been teasing a Shaolin Monks remaster for like 5 years?
He's been teasing a yes, forever.
Yeah, so who knows? Also, I just want to know, why are 28% of these people asking for a remaster of Mortal Kombat 9? The game's not that old.
Isn't it only on
people
7th gen?
love MK9.
MK9, I mean, I also liked MK9. I played it, but like,
I don't like Mortal Kombat.
I don't think it needs a remaster. It would be cool if it got ported somewhere, though.
Well, it's Ed Boon's also been teasing, has explicitly said, at some point I want to add rollback netcode to MK9 and MK10. Or sorry, not 10.
That would be cool, I guess.
Specifically, he wants to add rollback netcode into MK9, so that's part of the reason why people saw that.
Why wouldn't he add it to MK11?
Because it's already in MK11.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. I just assumed that it didn't have it.
It's a Western fighting game.
They had to rebuild the engine for MK10 to go from delayed to rollback netcode, but it's been in every game since.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So yeah, that literally means nothing. Like Tech said, he's been posturing on Shaolin Monks forever, but it's just an interesting little tidbit. They're thinking about remastering something. How much news do you guys all have left? You guys don't have a lot of stuff, it seems like.
I've got a lot of stuff. I'm going to talk about. Let's talk about the PlayStation stuff. Let's talk about PlayStation. Horizon Forbidden West, as we discussed painstakingly last week about whether or not it'll be 30 frames per second, immediately got owned. There will be a 60 FPS performance mode, just like every single other Sony IP in the past 5 years or whatever the fuck. Not 5 years, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Every PS5 game has had some sort of support for 60 FPS, so I really didn't see them locking this thing at 30.
Really cool if it just ran at 60 frames per second, though.
Oh yeah, well, you know, fuck our lives. Life is hell, as we know. More amazing news for Sony. God of War, the new God of War game, and Gran Turismo 7 will be on PlayStation 4 as well as PS5, and God of War is delayed to 2022.
It makes sense. I don't like it, but it makes sense.
I get it. I do think it is really funny that Sony would tout this whole we believe in generations thing and act so smug, and then just backport all of their PS5 games onto the PlayStation 4.
Well, it's because nobody has a PS5. They have that data.
66% of this podcast has a PlayStation 5.
And
That's a large number.
33% of it will never buy a PS5.
I'll buy a PS5. What are you talking
He'll get
about?
one. He has to. For
Just when the PS6 releases.
No,
he'll buy it.
I'm gonna buy it when you can buy them used at a reasonable price. But yeah, that's interesting. Do we know anything about Halo? Like, if we're gonna get a new Halo game this year?
No, they already delayed it to summer of next year, like earlier this year.
No,
didn't it get delayed to Q2 2022?
No, you're thinking you're mixing it up with last year. This is Halo Infinite's still supposed to come out this year. And it was going to have an Xbox One port, but I think they axed that when they delayed the game.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
they're gonna reveal it at E3. They're gonna reveal the release date.
I hope so. Well, I can only imagine it's gonna come during like Christmas time, you know.
November 11th. It'll come out same day. Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Yeah.
And Skyrim.
Which is
for the PS5.
It's kind of shitty for Sony that a lot of these things are getting delayed though, like till next year. Because like having something to drop to compete with Infinite would be pretty good.
What are you talking about? They have Deathloop.
This is like the thing is that like so I feel like maybe not any other year, but like there seemingly Sony had like some sort of lead over Microsoft with the software department, but that lead's been getting more and more like it's been getting more and more close, not necessarily because Microsoft has been pumping out games, because they literally haven't, but because Sony's games have been creeping further and further away and also are on PS4 now. I think Ratchet and Demon Souls and Returnal, I think, are the only like actual PS5 exclusives made by Sony. Well, that comes out in like 2 weeks, or like a week.
So
by the
disappointing. Like,
yeah, it's pretty lame. I mean, I also I don't give a shit about God of War or Gran Turismo.
I care about.
Why
Gran
did I buy
Turismo.
this console? I'm kidding.
For Demon Souls.
Gran Torino.
I didn't buy it for Demon Souls, but that sweetened the pot a bit.
Speaking of Sony, Ben's Studio, after a couple weeks ago, announcing that there won't be a Days Gone 2. They
didn't announce that. It was the Schreier article that said that Days Gone 2 was whatever. Yeah, fine.
Ben's Studio is now working on a new IP for Sony, so
Days Gone
they're doing
3.
something else.
Is it isn't it like supposed to be like a multiplayer thing? Is that what they said?
We are expanding it with a brand new IP. They didn't say.
Okay, good.
I just thought of this. Very funny, because it's Pride Month. Gays Gone.
Gays Gone. Wait,
God,
no, that's bad. It's Pride Month.
Yeah,
the gays need to stay.
The gays are out and about. They're not gone in the slightest. I love the pure mold that's in the comments of this tweet. How are you going to create a huge AAA open world new IP, leaving the story on a cliffhanger, then just create another new IP like Days Gone didn't even happen? Thinking emojis.
Well,
Days Gone. Do you guys know? I think Tech, you know it, but Noel, do you know the ending?
I know
the true ending to Days Gone.
No,
it's aliens.
It's aliens.
It's not aliens.
Is it aliens?
No.
Is that guy not an alien?
The like the huge twist ending or something is that you've been like this is. I'm remembering something from a podcast like 2 years ago.
We are spoiling Days Gone right now, by the way.
Yeah, we're spoiling Days Gone. Who cares? If I recall correctly, what the big reveal is that like you're listening to this like guy on the radio for most of the game, and it turns out that he was actually like an advanced breed of the zombies that have become. It's like I Am Legend, basically, is what it is. Is that the zombies have evolved to become like smart?
It's not even a dog.
What?
It's not even a dog.
Not even a dog. So like Deacon
Days Gone.
No, I wanted to say St. John. Deacon St. John is like he like rides out into the middle of nowhere to meet up with this guy to like figure out a cure or something, but it turns out that he was like a smart zombie the whole time and like tricked him, and then he gets into a helicopter and flies away. So I guess like the cliffhanger is that like the world leaders or whatever, or whoever is in power are the Zombinos who have gotten smart.
Imagine being Deke in Days Gone in Days Gone 2, sieging the White House.
Look at this
again, this is hazy. You'd have to look up the ending on your own, but it is really like unhinged and insane.
Look at this picture that I saw underneath the Days Gone tweet.
Oh, honey.
This is insane.
Honey.
I don't know how you can like a game so much that you have like 3 special editions. Like,
and the GameStop cutout.
Yeah, the fucking kiosk, the fucking art books.
The person who snapped this photo, they could have worked at like a GameStop or something, because when I worked at there, every time they took down those banners, they would ask the employees, "Hey, does anyone want this before we throw it away?"
But that doesn't change the fact that he has like 4 special edition copies of Days Gone.
Well, hold on there. And they've got the art book. Oh wait, I didn't see the special editions on the side.
Yeah.
He's a Days Gone head.
Hashtag Freaker Gang.
This picture will be in the show notes.
This person's a real Sony pony because they have a Vita.
I have a Vita.
Yeah, Sony pony.
No,
I own Vita
talk
games,
about your Sony pony
Vita.
news.
Yeah, Sony news. Hold on.
Yeah, you have a Sony pony news.
So Astro, but we all know him and love him. He's probably the best mascot we've had in years. He's
cute. I like him.
He's the star of Astro's Playroom. The creators of Astrobot.
That's PS5 exclusive. I forgot about that game.
Yeah,
fun game.
Are creating a team called Team Asobi.
It was already a team, sort of.
Well, it's being like introduced as like a specific like dev team that's going to make things that aren't Astrobot.
The team, well, it's Team Asobi. I believe they were a part of Japan Studio, and since Japan Studios has been destroyed, I guess they got their
independence.
Sony gave them their own room, basically.
They're like Sweden. They got their independence. They're Tokyo based. Apparently, I think I remember seeing that. If I'm wrong, correct me. And they are just going to be creating like very like family friendly, very colorful poppy games. So we can expect the Little Big Planet from Team Asobi. I don't know.
Media Molecule makes that.
No, yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's the kind of thing that I think of when it's like family friendly, like Sony based, like colorful, you know.
Hey, Little Big Planet's fun.
Okay, but what about Little Big Planet 2? I don't know. I think like Little Big Planet kind of got rendered obsolete by Super Mario Maker 2.
No, imagine. No, Dreams is the real thing. That's the
Dreams sucks.
What's that?
Is it? It's.
Can you believe the Dream cheated accidentally?
Oh, shut up! We're not talking about this. Fuck
hey, that's
you.
Gaming news, right? Yeah.
Fuck
so Dream released a video or a statement alleging that he did in fact cheat on his world record Minecraft speedrun video, but he didn't know he cheated, so it's okay.
He apparently took into
consideration the possibility that I may have cheated. Quote from Dream.
He may have accidentally had like a mod on that just it gave higher drop rate from blazes and better trade rates from the little nether pig guys.
Yes,
the pig.
Go watch any like one of the 100 videos explaining the whole thing.
I just thought it was funny.
Now, before any Dream stands come and brigade us in the comments section and mass
go
dislike
to bed.
bomb the video.
You have school tomorrow.
Dislike bomb the video and comment frequently, increasing engagement on our very small podcast. I just want you all to know. Yes, we are antis. We fucking hate Dream, and we hate you.
Wait, don't you not want to be anti? Isn't that person like a sex offender, allegedly?
No, we're gonna talk about that in July.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah. So we very cool.
Dream fans
we'll
call people who don't like Dream antis.
That's so fucking.
I'm not joking.
Why not nightmares?
Stop. That's a deep cut.
That's
a deep
too
cut.
clever.
It's not
clever.
a deep cut. Dream.
That's too
nightmare.
clever.
Oh.
Do you think I was making a Shark Boy and Lava Girl reference?
No, I thought you were making a Melee player reference. You know, the Canadian Melee player Nightmare who had sex with like a 16-year-old, allegedly. No, not allegedly. Like, actually, he did. Like, look it up. So, the Atari VCS.
Yes, the Atari. You know, he's
we
more
may not have gotten
Xbox,
the
but I'm
Switch
more
Pro.
Atari.
Yeah, I did that last week and no one laughed. No one fucking laughed. We didn't get the Switch Pro this week, but at least we got the Atari VCS 800, $400 for this premium hardware. If you go to the Best Buy page and just look at the pictures, it's so funny. It's just like 4 like low res pictures of this like console. I've been hearing stuff about this for like ever. I'm honestly shocked it's coming out. Yeah, Atari returns to the living room with the VCS.
Like what? Is it like an all-in-one?
It's a console that's supposed to compete with like
the Coleco or the Amiga, whatever.
Was it the Intellivision Amigo? I believe is what it was called, the Tommy Tallarico thing.
So this is like, this just has Atari games on it, right?
It has Atari games, but it's also like part PC, and you're supposed to be able to like play. Yeah, it's like it's like actually trying to be a console.
I forgot it's like running a Linux like distro.
So
on it.
Yeah.
What you're telling me is that once these things start getting cheap, they'll start being good ROM machines.
Maybe. Do we have specs for it?
No, I don't know.
Best Buy isn't gonna tell us, like, the fucking chips in this thing. I'll be honest, like, the look of the console, if you're like into Atari, I mean, it looks like kind of sleek, not gonna lie. Like, the console itself, like, the controller looks bad, and it also has like a Atari, like a modernized Atari joystick, which also looks kind of bad.
You know, when I was younger, we had an Atari 2600.
What?
When I was younger, we had an Atari 2600 at my grandma's house.
Yeah.
That we got used, and we just had like, what do we have, like Pitfall or some shit? I don't know. That game was that.
Have you told this story?
That console was sick. Have I told you about owning Pitfall at one point? Probably.
That was probably because we were talking about if Pitfall is a cinematic platformer. I remember now.
Which it is.
Yeah.
Especially Pitfall and Mayan Adventure. That game is definitely a cinematic platformer.
What I find really interesting about this console is that its release date is apparently the 15th. So this is like the most this is like borderline Sega Saturn tier of just like, it's available in 9 days. Or 11 days, I guess is what it would be. I would bite the bullet on this, but I just bought Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. So
if you buy the console, you get a free Atari hat that has a speaker in it.
I saw that. It's $129.99 value.
I'm broke right now, so no.
All right. Bob from Wolf Den will probably buy it. We'll just wait for his video. You don't like Bob from Wolf Den? He's cool.
No, I just wasn't expecting I wasn't expecting Wolf Den to be mentioned on this podcast ever.
Well, it's the first time, and it probably won't be the last. Big Wolf Den head over here.
Speaking of things that are the last
of us,
no,
last of our news.
No. The last of his games at Square Enix, Yuji Naka, is no longer at Square Enix.
This is sad.
According to his Facebook page, as of April 30th, Yuji Naka is no longer with Square Enix.
So he's been gone for a month?
A month, yeah.
This is like... Oh, I feel a little bad. I feel a little bad that this is definitely totally because Balan Wonderworld like sucked dick and he probably left the company.
I don't know how much of Balan Wonderworld's failures is Yuji Naka's fault, but I have to believe a good amount of them are.
Yeah, but
all right, so here's the thing. I'm not going to completely absolve Yuji Naka of like blame for Balan Wonderworld not being good, because I am like 80% sure he's the reason why Arzest was tasked to develop it, because Arzest is now Toshima's company and they worked on Sonic together, so he was probably just looking out for a friend, like, all right, I got this new cushy gig at Square, we're gonna make a platformer game, it'll be easy. Right now to Oshima, and now to Oshima was like, haha, of course. He laughed nervously as sweat went down his brow.
He laughed while pressing every button on his keyboard, making the character jump.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like...
Yeah, I don't know. I can only imagine that, like, he just kind of, like... I mean, when you're the face of a game, that just kind of happens. Yeah. You get the blame, even within the company. If you're, like, the director or, like, whatever... Like
the thing is like it's definitely a he left the company situation, because like Japanese business culture would have just promoted him into a role that's so meaningless you would never see him ever again.
Yeah, it's it's just kind of, it's pretty easy to feel bad for him, because like it's Yuji Naka. He fucking programmed Sonic the Hedgehog and like Nights in the Dreams. Those are like really good games. I would know. I played Nights.
Yeah, maybe he'll get purchased by someone.
But on like the other hand, what was the last good game Yuji Naka was involved with? Did anyone play Rodea the Sky Soldier? Is that game any good? Negative. Did he make anything between that and Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg?
Yes.
He worked on Sonic 06, but I'm not gonna blame him for that.
Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Advance.
Right.
Yeah, Billy Hatcher was after Sonic Advance and Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, I know. It was a GameCube game. So it sounds like Sonic Adventure 2 is the last good game that Yuji Naka made, or was involved in.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Puyo Puyo Fever 2.
Okay, never mind. Puyo Puyo Fever 2 is probably the last game.
Sonic Riders.
What was he, like a producer or something? He must
executive producer.
Well, we'll give him that, even though he probably did nothing. Sonic Riders is a great game.
Thank you. Sonic Riders slaps.
I am enlightened. Sonic Riders is a good game.
I'm glad you're a part of the based club of Sonic Rider heads.
It's not easy being a Sonic Rider head, but it pays in dividends.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your Sonic Rider main? I played Stormy Albatross. Jet the Hawk.
Yeah,
they're all birds.
Yeah, the green one.
Jet the Hawk. The guy sounds like this.
Jet the Hawk, dude. He was kid me the coolest.
I'm the coolest. All right. That's enough.
Apparently, Yuji Naka helped work on a lot of the Street Pass mini games for the 3DS.
Street Pass was based.
Street Pass was great for conventions.
Did he make Face Raiders? Is that what that means? I don't think I played any of the Street Pass games. No,
he did Monster Manor.
What was the one where you had the knights and you went in and fought the monsters?
That's Find Me.
That's Find Me, yeah.
That shit was sick.
Or Metopia, I think, is also...
Yeah. He worked on some of them, allegedly, according to Wikipedia. Other than that, it's like Radiance Sky Soldier. And Ivy the Kiwi, ?
I really loved...
people kind of like that game, actually.
Walking around with my DS and just, like, street passing people as I went to school and I went places. That's very cool.
I did it at school once, and the only person that I found was the one person who in my Japanese class who they literally had their 3DS out at every single moment of the day.
Oh, I found
Japanese class.
I found plenty of people. Yeah, Japanese class in a high school. I wish.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but we haven't seen a Wizardry game since 2006.
Yeah, does anybody care about Wizardry?
Yeah, people love Wizardry.
Yeah, boomers. Hironobu Sakaguchi probably cares.
Probably.
So,
right.
GameSpark Publishing and 59 Studio are releasing an early access version of Wizardry: The Five Ordeals in June. This is a spin-off of Wizardry. Like I said, we haven't had a Wizardry game in over 14 years.
Haven't they been making like mobile games for Wizardry?
Maybe?
For a while.
I don't know.
You want to count those? It seems like this one is coming to PC. I'm surprised it's coming over here.
Yeah. It's
because what was it? All right, it says scenario, message, item name, monster names, and scenario editor have not been translated into English, but the game itself has an English interface. We are doing our best to translate the missing parts into English. So yeah, this is one of those Japanese Wizardry games that they've been making for a while, I guess.
Oh, really? Yeah. So it seems like we haven't had a Western release in a while. Over here.
Or there.
Yeah.
This looks...
it's got music from the 13 Sentinels people.
Wait, really?
Yeah, background music by Bass Escape, known for 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim.
Oh, fuck. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Wizardry's way too fucking hard for me to even try.
Well, you're gonna have to learn.
I just got iced.
You got iced? Dude, you're not a true gamer.
I know.
Do you think, you know how like FPS players have to come to terms with the fact that they're getting old and their like fingers are starting to turn into dust? This is the same thing with like JRPG players, where it's just like you have to come to terms with the fact that your brain is getting deteriorating and you can't play RPGs like you used to.
I don't think that's necessarily true until you're like become senile.
I played this years ago, even. So, like, it was when my brain was still developing and growing.
Well, that's why now that you've got a nice full thick, now you have a nice full thick brain, you can play it.
Now that I've played Persona 5 Royal, I think I'm ready for Wizardry.
All right.
Now that I've played Digital Devil Saga.
Do you guys have anything that's not E3 related?
No, actually. Yeah. So I think yours. Okay.
So the last bit is ESA. Which I always read as the Esports Association, but I know that's not what it means.
I always read it as the European Speedrunning Assembly.
That too. Too many game acronyms are ESA. Stop it.
Yeah.
The Elder Scrolls, amazing. No, so they announced the full E3 2021 schedule, and it is as follows: June 12th, Ubisoft and Gearbox. June 13th, Microsoft and Bethesda, Square Enix. Warner Brothers / Back 4 Blood. I'm kind of surprised that Back 4 Blood is getting its own like titling on that. And the ever wonderful PC gaming show.
The June 9-hour PC gaming show, longer than our podcast.
June 14th is Take-Two and Capcom. And June 15th is Nintendo and Bandai Namco.
So is Capcom's gonna have like a presentation?
Capcom is having their own presentation.
When was the last time they did this?
Never.
If they did, they ever?
So I think Capcom has a total reason to do it because you have.
They got enough shit. I'm sure. I'm just surprised.
They're gonna announce whatever RE8 DLC is. They're gonna announce Monster Hunter Rise stuff. And most assumedly, they're announcing whatever the next fighting game that they're working on is.
Dragon's Dogma 2 seems likely as well.
Oh, yeah. All the stuff that got leaked. I've already forgotten everything that was there.
They could show off RE4 Remake if that's far along. I guess it makes sense that they would present if Sony isn't going to be here, because I feel like they just They usually just show their stuff at Sony's conference.
I have to. Microsoft is at 10 a.m. on a Sunday.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, a fucking Sunday? That's so weird.
Broadcast pre-show starts at 8:45. Ugh.
Pre-show's bullshit. You never need to watch those. Last time Microsoft had a pre-show, they announced Balan Wonderworld. So
Saturday is the Ubisoft and Gearbox, but it doesn't actually say what time.
They just want you to guess.
Yeah, I don't know. They'll tell us eventually.
I think I had something on Ubisoft event.
Yeah, there's details on the Ubisoft event.
At 12 p.m. Pacific time on June 12th, Ubisoft will be presenting, so 3 o'clock.
Oh, new update as of 4 hours ago, actually. The Future Games Show is on Sunday as well.
What's the Future Games Show? I know the name.
The Future Games Show is an awful presentation that's like a bunch of like in development games, quote unquote, but mostly Switch ports.
Sounds great.
Do you remember like the New Game Plus shows that they did from Japan?
Oh yeah, the one that Atlas was supposed to be at, so people thought they were going to reveal SMT5, but they just showed off Catherine Full Body for the Switch. Yeah, that was sick.
It's that for the West.
Okay. When's the limited run?
Actually, more importantly, when's Devolver?
Oh yeah, when is Devolver? I saw Nina. I saw Miss Struthers, Queen.
I did see Miss Struthers.
Posted a picture. She's sitting at her desk.
I saw stuff relating to Devolver, but I forgot to put
it's on the 12th. They didn't say when, but it's on the 12th.
It'll probably be at like late night, like it normally is. Fuck yeah, dude! I can't wait.
I like video games.
Remember when Nina Struthers was at that PlayStation event as like one of the execs that they had? That was so surreal. I was like, did they know that Nina Struthers is an actress? Do they know that?
Is she an actress or is she a member of Devolver?
She's an actress. Her name isn't even Nina Struthers.
Do we even know?
Yes, we do. I'm looking this up now. I need to find her real name because I knew it.
This could all be an elaborate ruse to protect the identity of Nina Struthers from the people trying to keep her brain locked in.
Thank you. Yeah, she has a wife or something.
Oh, based in Pride Month?
Yeah, in Pride Month. Yeah. Yeah, it's her profile picture is her making out with her wife.
Yo, can you link her Twitter account? I need to give her a follow.
Yeah, I gotcha. Very good. We're big Nina Struthers fans here.
Yeah, you guys wanna stream E3 this year?
I don't know.
I'll stream certain parts of it, maybe, but I mostly want to do a roundup at the end of the weekend.
Yeah, like Ubisoft. No. And Gearbox.
I mean, I'll watch Ubisoft. I'll watch Gearbox.
Come on, you don't want to be there and have people hear you groan while the Just Dance sequence is happening.
I mean, the Just Dance.
You have to mute the stream.
You have to mute the stream and then put on like anime music while the Just Dance. Put
on Weezer.
Yeah,
while the anime music's playing. Do we even know if they're gonna do that? Since it's not gonna be like it's all gonna be digital stuff.
Why wouldn't they? It's E3, baby.
Because they don't need to. They don't need to put on a show.
No, they need to. They're gonna get Aisha Tyler there again.
They haven't had Aisha Tyler in so long. I honestly miss her. I want her back. I want Girlwood back.
Girlwood, I forgot.
Remember Girlwood, everyone?
No.
That was like her catchphrase. I don't really get it. But like she said it one year and everyone made fun of it, and then like the next year she had a shirt that said #Girlwood. And just kind of ran with it. I can respect it. Aisha Tyler's alright. Is that all the news this week? Every single news thing?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about Dream again?
Yeah, Dream. Yeah, I watched a video by Small Ant where he like used Dreams cheats to see how much of a difference it actually made. And it made a pretty big difference.
Bash my head into the wall.
But before you do that, let's go to the past and talk about news from assorted years that aren't this one.
A link to the past. Here we go. A link to the past. Starts the show. A link to the past. Give your all. You know this game's a blast. You won't fall. A link to the past.
You know, I don't actually have to find news because we just go through the E3 thing now.
I found another E3 this week. I was worried there wasn't going to be an E3 this week. It was going to be a dry week. Guess what? I was wrong. There was a E3 during the week of
this
late
is an
May,
important E3 because this is the first E3 that's a return to the original formula.
Yeah, like if in case you weren't aware, for a couple of years, E3 did this thing where they like split their shows in like two. One in like Atlanta, I think, and one in California. One was like for the public and press, and I think the other one was just for developers. It was really strange, and like no one liked it.
Yeah. You go ahead and tell us both your news, Tabby, first, and we'll just go into E3.
Yeah, I didn't want to get into the E3 yet because
as of yesterday and 10 years ago, Skullgirls was announced. With Philia and Cerebella being showed off. Skullgirls is everyone's favorite indie fighting game. It's one of the big success stories out of indie fighting games.
It's really good art.
It's a beautifully hand-drawn game, has great netcode that was developed by a sex pervert, allegedly.
A man who is notoriously down bad.
Mike Zedmont.
Zone worked on the game. He made that really cool cartoon about it.
If anyone wants a free
Link
copy,
in the show notes.
No. If anyone wants a free copy of Skullgirls, get in contact with me. I know a guy.
He's got like what 20 copies and is banned from buying more keys.
Yes,
from Fanatical.
he has been banned.
He's banned from
Fanatical from buying keys because he's bought too many keys to give to people.
Do they think he's like a bot or something?
Yes,
probably.
That's funny.
He had to
funny.
He had to get people to buy keys for him so that he could hoard them. Anyway, yeah, if you want keys, if you want a Skullgirls key, let me know.
Skullgirls is all right. I'm not a big fan. But
it's very
like
Skullgirls is the best game that non-fighting game players love, or something, right? That's like the meme is that everyone who loves Skullgirls doesn't play it, which is true. I don't.
Everybody, like a bunch of people are like, "Oh, dude, I love Skullgirls," and then it's like,
who's your main? It's like, I just jerk off to the art, dude.
I play Peacock and Eliza as my team.
I just play solo big band because I don't want to learn more than one character in that game. And
hey, my brother plays solo big band for the exact same reason.
Big band's cool.
I'll get you in touch with him.
He's got H-Train.
Yeah, so we
ridiculous.
can do big band mirrors.
Yeah, big band. Yeah, that's like the pinnacle of Skullgirls.
Me and this one other guy at Locals, we did big band solo big band mirrors for like 2 hours straight. It was a blast because we were just parrying everything. It was sick.
I like his Doot trumpet that you can play.
You know who's really fucking cool though? Beowulf.
Beowulf is sick as hell.
If I was going to learn a second character, it would be Beowulf to play Beo Band.
What do you think of
That's
this?
the thing is, like, every single character in Skullgirls is like, all right, they're cool as hell. Except for Valentine. I don't like Valentine.
Yeah, I like Peacock a lot. She's like Faust.
My friend played Valentine and would always kick my ass. She's just a booby nurse. I don't like her.
You want to know a really fun thing about Valentine that you were probably getting hit by and not realized?
The needles, right? Yeah, the needles like drain your health or something. They do something to you.
So she has 3 different colored bags that she can pull out. They're all there for different inputs. One of them adds input delay.
That's fucking funny as hell.
One of them,
Are you kidding me?
One of them, I think, reverses controls.
That's so.
And the other one's like a health debuff. I can pull it up.
Tabby, please. Damn. Tabby, please click on this.
Why?
I'll click on it. Guilty Gear community right now.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. There's not.
Oh,
It's fake stuff. Fake things.
fake stuff.
Not this time.
Or
It-
is this
fake.
is this cope?
That's Photoshop. Not
So-
even Photoshop. It's Inspect Element.
The boys
okay.
in the back whip this one up.
Isn't Elfette in like the cutscenes?
I don't know. I don't think we've seen her. We've seen Jacko.
Is that the same character?
No, Jacko and Arya are the same character.
Sorry, that's what I meant. I
kind
meant Jacko.
Yeah.
So
So,
in-
there's
in other-
so
In other news,
There-
Bloomberg put
Thank
out an
you.
article today saying millennials are running out of time to build wealth.
okay. So
I got
there's
plenty of time, sweaty.
there's Purple Vial, which is just straight damage. There's Green Vial, which it adds 20 to 40 frames of hit stop duration.
That's evil. I hate hit stop.
And then Orange Vial, which adds 4, 6, or 9 frames of input lag.
Fuck, people like this game.
Yes.
Is Valentine like shit tier?
No, every character is playable.
Every
Except-
character is valid.
No, just every character is playable.
What about Robo Fortune?
Robo Fortune is very playable.
She's good.
What about
A lot of people will say like Cerebella and Philia and Big Band are like high tier characters, but like Peacock in the right comp is like insane. Squiggly in the right comp is insane. Fukua is really good.
isn't
Annie is
Fukua
good.
like the Akuma? Or wasn't she like designed as like an
She's like
overpowered
the
alt?
Vceon.
Tabby, talk about your other news.
All right, so Capcom put out they had an interview with IGN in a pre-E3 chat from June 2011.
Christian Svensson. Has this
Yep.
guy been on the...
Isn't
Isn't this the guy who said... Is this the guy who talked about how RE5... And that news thing we did a few months ago about how RE5... the people working on RE5 are like working very hard on it, and DLC is good, actually.
He's the head of global third-party relations at PlayStation.
Yeah, so this is him. This is the
Yep.
guy. This is the guy who went on that forum
It's
to
him.
like defend Capcom's honor, which is like something that wouldn't happen today.
So
All right, that's why that's sick. That's cool. Now, welcome back to the show, Mr. Svensson.
basically it's just them interviewing about next gen, even though it's like 2012. They're talking about the Wii U. They're saying
Oh boy, wait, are they? Was the
They're
Wii U
not talking
announced in
about-
2011?
the Wii U wasn't announced. I think it was announced at that E3.
Oh,
They're talking
okay.
about next gen Nintendo though.
No, it wasn't announced at E3 2012. It wasn't announced at E3 2012. But people were talking about next gen.
Next
for a
gen
bit.
Nintendo.
Yeah, okay.
Basically, like a lot of the article is just like, what are your regrets with the Wii? What you only put out 14 games for the Wii, and most of them are ports. Like, did you want to put out more original titles? That kind of stuff.
Hey, Darkside Chronicles was good.
And then I didn't actually read the rest of the article. So
Let's fucking go, journalists,
There's
everyone.
uh,
We do a little journalism here.
they blame Sony for Bionic Commando 2 and Final Fight Double Impact being unplayable during the outage.
Ooh.
Let me see.
Oh, right, the PSN outage.
Yep.
Fuck, when was that? I told myself I was gonna cover that.
That should have been 2010, I think, right?
Fuck, it was April 17th and May 15th. I completely forgot about that.
Damn. We'll talk about it next year.
Get him next year,
We'll
folks.
get him next year.
Shit. I feel so
they-
stupid now. Hope I don't forget about Driver 3. Don't make me forget about that.
Can you clarify the status of Mega Man Legends 3? It's greenlit for a prototype,
2011.
but it's not greenlit for production.
Damn.
Oh my god. No. I was just watching a video that talked about Mega Man Legends 3 last night and I got mad again. I got really mad at Capcom. Those fucking designs for Barret and Arrow, they looked so fucking good. Oh.
They're talking about Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City.
Oh.
That's rough.
This is like peak. This is like peak Capcom.
Yeah, peak
Capcom.
But this interview is a couple months after, what's his face left?
Inafune.
Yeah,
Keiji Inafune. Yeah. Apparently, he started development on Mega Man Legends 3 without the higher ups of Capcom's permission, so they were really mad at him for that. And so as soon as he left the company, like that game was on site, man. Oh, it's so fucking bad. It pisses me off.
Yeah, and this dude is also just like through all this, we're talking about the DRM of Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition on PC. He's just very like pro, like
he's like, so what about this shitty thing you did? And it's like, what about this one?
This guy is very like anti-consumer in a lot of his decisions, which means he's a great fit to work at Sony. So
based. This is insane.
Yeah, that's everything I've got. Noel, did you find something?
Find something.
No, he said he wasn't going to look for anything.
Oh, yeah. I thought he said he was going to look for something.
I said I was just going to go for talk about the E3 stuff with Tectonic.
E3.
So this is E3 2009. Like Tabby said before, this is the first E3 back from the gas leak years of E3.
Don't call it gas leak.
This E3, I think this was one of the first times I watched an E3 where I was cognizantly aware of what E3 was and what it was for. This is one of the first ones I like gave a fuck. I do remember I had school the day that Nintendo showed off their presentation. So when I got home from school, my brother, I think he was sick or something at the time, or so he says. And he had watched the presentation live, and he queued up all of the big reveals for me when I got back to like show them to me, like live without like spoilers. It was magical. This was a pretty good E3 for Nintendo at the time. But regardless, before we get to Nintendo, this Giant Bomb article is actually a lot more comprehensive than the earlier ones are.
Yes. Until we scroll
2009.
down. Until we scroll down.
Yeah, it kind of drops off for a bit, and it doesn't. I don't think it tells us everything that was in the presentations, because I'm noticing some stuff missing from the Nintendo show. But better than nothing, I guess.
The Wikipedia page also has a lot of good stuff on it. Yeah.
Do any of you want to talk about Microsoft, or should I?
I can talk about it.
Yes. All right. Go ahead, Tabby.
All right. Let me pull up yours, because I think I was looking at the Wikipedia
Microsoft.
Page. John Microsoft. Yeah. So Microsoft announced Halo Reach. Notoriously good game Halo Reach.
This was widely considered to be a good move.
Yes. This was the schmove. And the beta was included in Halo 3 ODST. Also, good game. Should it have been a $60 game? No, but good game.
Man, Halo ODST was fucking dope. It came with Halo 3's multiplayer. Like, what a massively good move on Bungie's part. Like, that's.
Halo Reach is the one that has like the objective survive thing, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like one of the fun. I quote that all the time. I mean, first of all, that is cool as hell. I also just love saying objective survive. I think it's a really good meme.
Your mission, survive.
I'm gonna skip over that one and save it for the last. Metal Gear Rising was announced.
Metal Gear Solid Rising.
Metal Gear Solid Rising, yes.
Which is
the best game The best game Platinum's ever made.
What I think is important to mention though is that this was
at the time
it was
called Metal Gear Solid Rising,
and it was not a Platinum game. It was
wasn't?
You know the story about this game? It had like a really fucked development. It was supposed to be like this game that showed off like that had like really really deep like sword play mechanics and all that stuff. That's what they showed off at this E3. But like there must have been some sort of like problems at Konami, so they were just like fuck it, and they got Platinum to Platinum to just like pick up the pace and just accidentally make one of like the greatest action games of all time.
Problems in Konami in 2009. Who'd have thought?
Yeah, who could have predicted?
Who could have thought Konami would have problems with one Hideo Kojima in 2009?
Never. Left 4 Dead 2 was announced, the best Left 4 Dead game.
There was also sort of a controversy around this game, I remember, because people were mad that Valve announced the sequel to it a year after the first Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, I think it was fair because like you just got all the Left 4 Dead 1 stuff in it.
Yeah, no, I mean obviously like time was kind to this, but like the knee-jerk reaction was like, what the fuck, I just bought it. Now I have to buy it again. You remember when Valve would make a game like you?
Remember when Valve would make video games? I just got into an art, like not an argument. I was just like witnessing somebody talking the other day about like about Portal, and they're like, I really hope they make Portal 3. They're like, just like they don't make video games.
I'm really fine if they never make a Portal 3.
Would it even have the same people? Like, I know the story people are gone completely for Portal.
I'm pretty sure Jay Pinkerton was like the lead writer, and he's gone.
Are the gameplay people gone?
Absolutely.
Like,
I don't know how much of
are the level designers there? Is what I'm saying.
There's still a lot of old heads at Valve.
The problem, I was looking into this and I was trying to find out like credits and stuff, and I was so fucking mad because like I would go and everyone was credited in a giant block, and it would be like associates, and I'm like, ugh!
Oh yeah,
why don't they have titles?
Not Mark Laidlaw. Sorry, like John Shunick, I know is like an old head. He's still there. Oh my god, Robin Walker is still there. He like worked on the original Team Fortress. Dario Casali is still there. He worked on Half-Life.
Like I just can't imagine that they have a ton of talent from back in the day when they haven't been making video games in so long. You know what I mean?
I agree. I just feel like that. I just think the conversation surrounding Valve gets a little overblown in that like it gets framed as if there was like a gigantic brain drain, and if they made another game again, it wouldn't be good.
No,
apparently Half-Life Alyx is like plenty good. So.
You just need $1,000 VR headset to play it.
Hey, now. You
yeah.
can settle for a $300
I
one.
love how Valve needed to sell you a console in order for them to make a new game. Just like,
Hey, they needed to sell you Steam so you play Half-Life 2. This is nothing new.
So the last couple things that they showed off, I'm going to speed through them because not people don't care. Splinter Cell Conviction was a bad Splinter Cell game. Forza Motorsport 3 is all right.
Blacklist was the good one, right? Blacklist was good?
Yes, Blacklist is good. Crackdown 2, I don't care about Crackdown.
Not as good as Crackdown 1. Crackdown 1 is great.
And
it doesn't hold a candle to Crackdown 3.
The most important thing, but it's not for last, Modern Warfare 2 was shown and demoed.
Damn.
Timed exclusive Mac packs on Xbox 360.
Yep.
2009. I must have been in 7th grade, I think, when this E3 came out. I'm trying.
I played
myself.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm scrolling down a little bit to see some of the other games that they showed off. Apparently, they showed off Alan Wake.
Yeah, I was gonna.
That's cool. Oh, sorry.
Because that was the big thing I was saving for the very end. and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Perfect Dark? They're showing off that? Was
The
that like the HD version or something?
That's the HD version, and like Shadow Complex, but then they also showed off...
Shadow Complex is cool. That's a cool game.
I've never played it. They showed off Project Natal. If you don't know what Project Natal is, it's the
okay. This is definitely Natal, right?
No, I remember the E3. It's Project. It's supposed to be pronounced Natal.
Why?
Like
well, it's probably Latin or something.
No, is it? No, it's a Matrix character.
Yeah, well, I hate to break it to you, but Matrix characters usually have pretty pretentious names.
No.
All right. It's an adjective relating to the time of the place or time of one's birth. I assume that's what it's like. It's like the birth of a new control scheme.
That's right. The Kinect, the thing that caused me to get a concussion.
Yeah, everyone. Famously, the Kinect sold like fucking hotcakes for like a year, and then everyone fucking hated it. I can't wait till we talk about E3 2013. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna say we're saving the Kinect. Any more Kinect talk for them?
And that was it for Microsoft.
Yeah, that was okay, I guess.
Could have been worse.
Could have been worse. No, do you want to talk about Sony? Sony had some stuff.
Hold on, I'm listening to Peter Molyneux talk about it. Okay.
Why do you let Noel talk about Sony?
Peter Molyneux? What? I wonder why. He's fucking Repstugog.
But
get fucked, idiot. PSP Go confirmed. $250. No UMD.
Oh my god, it was $250. Yeah. Holy shit. That's bad. Soon to be a paperweight, by the way. They're still closing down the PSP stores, so
yeah. So
in like 3 days.
Oh yeah, no, it's next month, right?
No, it's June. I thought.
It's gonna be a great homebrew device.
I guess.
No, it won't, because it uses the like shitty like internal storage.
It's gonna be a decent homebrew device.
I mean, who cares? You have a Vita. We have Vitas now, so it's not really that big a deal. It's just really funny. Shoutouts to that Mega 64 video, by the way.
The PSP Go does look cool, though. It looks like one of those phones.
I've used it before.
I forgot about that Mega 64.
It's good. Rocco recreated it for this year.
What was the Sony phone that was just a PSP Go?
Sony Bravia?
The Sony the Xperia.
Yeah.
The Xperia, that's what it was. I wanted that so badly as a kid.
I did too. Well, because it was a phone. It was like one of those flip phones, but you could also fucking play games on it.
It was like PSP games, so it wasn't just like bad mobile games.
Yeah, the only problem is that it had
this is back when it was Sony Ericsson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, what else we got? What else we got from
Sony? Oh my gosh. PSP Gran Turismo got reconfirmed. What does that mean? After its fateful showing when the PSP was first announced, did it get shown off and then and then they like, yeah, we canceling this, and then they just showed it again, or what?
It was shown off, hidden, and then re-shown off.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, because the PSP was revealed back in like 2004 or 5. Yeah. So it must have just been like a situation where like news about this game had gone dark for so long, everyone just thought it was dead, and it probably was.
Yeah. So this is a big year for the PSP in general. It's Resident Evil Portable, Peace Walker, very good game.
I just want to say, I was like, Resident Evil Portable, what's that? I go to the link, 404. Is this game real?
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's not good.
Resident Evil Portable was a working title of a video game slated for the PlayStation Portable.
Yeah, it's just gone.
With little information on its development since 2009, it's presumed to have been canceled or otherwise left in development hell.
Well, shit. Oh, not Sony ain't doing so hot in the show in hindsight.
Oh, they got
And
This is
people.
actually
even
kind of
worse
like a
later.
show of hindsight. Because, like, Kinect sucked dick, too.
Yeah. They were going to have a bunch of stuff come to PSN. Final Fantasy VII became available immediately.
Once again,
we are playing Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy 14 was announced for PS3 and PC.
Hindsight.
Oh, fuck yeah.
God of War
They
3.
announced
Vanilla
this?
FF14.
God of
I'm
War,
surprised that it was announced so early. That's crazy.
yeah.
It was a PS3 game.
I know, but I thought it came out like 2012.
No, the good version came out in 2012. You have to remember there was 2 years of vanilla FF14.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw the Spoonie video.
God of War 3 got a release date that year. So God of War would have come out March 2010.
March.
I believe we might have
That
talked
game
about
is
it.
good.
God of War 3?
You're talking
Yeah.
about David Jaffe.
Yeah. I
David Jaffe
specifically
come on the
remember
show and
bringing
tell
it
us
up.
if it's good.
I don't think he made God of War.
He
3.
didn't. He made 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure.
Even better.
Motion control technology demoed. I don't.
That's
This is a
PlayStation
PlayStation
move.
move.
Okay.
I remember this too.
Yeah. The Last Guardian would finally get a name. It was originally Project Trico. The Last Guardian.
Trico's the name of the animal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It also has Ico in it.
Yes, it's the third game by Team Ico.
And their last.
Suspicious. Yeah, and their last.
Didn't Donkey shit on this game?
Everyone
A
did.
lot of people didn't like it. Because the doggy don't play along a lot of the time.
You know what's fucked with The Last Guardian?
What?
Is that if
I know
you
what you're gonna
have
say.
if you have a downloaded version of it from the PSN store, running it on the PS5, it runs at locked 30 FPS. But if you have an unpatched disc, it runs at 60.
Yep.
Based.
I have no idea why it does that. So I assume that makes. I'm actually gonna check right now because I do want to play Last Guardian because I need to go through all the Team Ico games.
I think my copy is an unpatched one.
You want to like pass it around?
Yeah, I'll let you borrow it if I can find it.
I'm gonna look up Last Guardian unpatched.
I don't think there was any way to tell if it was unpatched without like trying it out.
Yeah, it looks like it.
All right, tell me about Nintendo tech.
Okay. Oh, this guy's selling a sealed copy of it for $60. That must not be patched. Sorry. Yeah. So E3. You talked about everything Sony had, right?
Pretty much.
Sorry.
I left out things like Assassin's Creed Bloodlines because that's kind of whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything cool on this bottom thing either. Mag's cool.
Mag!
Who can forget Mag?
While Tabby was over, we were talking about, or we were watching a Mag review that was like really bad because the guy didn't.
Why?
He didn't talk about like the game. He was giving me a summary of what the game was and wasn't actually reviewing it. It was very annoying.
We were explaining what Mag was to the Brazilian while in a slew of watching game review videos. For
we were not
entire
only
night.
watching game review videos, we were rating game reviewers.
Yes.
You were watching my videos. I saw that.
Yes.
Yeah, we did watch one of your videos, but
As a bit.
Just as a bit. Okay.
as
cool.
a treat.
Yeah.
Well, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves came out. That was a pretty good game. You know.
So Nintendo revealed they revealed New Super Mario Bros. Wii. That was the New Super Mario Bros. Game that had 4-player co-op. It was the first one to have it. It was kind of a big deal at the time. This was you have to keep in mind.
No, you didn't mention something very important from the PlayStation, the Sony conference.
What's that?
They talked about Agent.
I fucking knew you were gonna bring this up. Yeah, Rockstar's Agent coming for PS3 2013.
Still in development.
Yeah, still in development. Yeah, you can go to their website and you can find their page for Agent.
The trademark was abandoned in 2018, but it's still in development.
You hear that, everyone? We can make Agent.
It's true. We could name our podcast Agent.
The Agent podcast.
And they can't stop us. Okay, sorry. Yeah, all right. So they revealed New Super Mario Bros. Wii, and you need to keep in mind, everyone was like, "Oh, New Super Mario Bros." This was back when this was like more cool. This is more novel. There was only one new
based.
Yeah, this was back when this was a little based. Because there was only one new Super Mario Bros. Game, and it was for the DS. So this was the first console one, and the co-op thing was cool at the time. Nowadays, it's what.
I don't know about co-op, but I really like New Super Mario Brothers because you can get the Mega Mushroom and turn like really big and like fucking just
I got opinions about the Mega Mushroom.
What's your problem with it? It's just a star on crack.
It exists to show something cool in trailers and nothing else.
So you don't like it because it's a male power fantasy.
No, I just think it's lame.
I think it's cool. The mini mushroom also cool.
The mini mushroom was cool because you could use it to go into like secret exits.
I just like turning into Rampage Mario.
Yeah, what if like next Mario game he gets a gun? Anyway, they also announced Golden Sun, Dark Dawn, or DS as it was known at the time. Now, this was really fucking cool because we hadn't had a Golden Sun game in years.
And we still have.
Unfortunately, this game is widely considered to not be very good by the Golden Sun fan base. There's
all 12 of them?
Yeah, my brother was one of them. He played a fuck ton of Golden Sun. And yeah, we haven't had a Golden Sun game since, so kind of a shame, but at the time, this was cool. Speaking of kind of a shame, but at the time it was cool, they revealed Metroid Other M at this E3. This is the one. This is where we finally saw a new Metroid game, a 2D or a 3D non-prime Metroid game being made by Yoshio Sakamoto. It was being co-developed by Team Ninja.
Is this the bad one?
This is the bad one. This is the game that killed the series for, I want to say, 6-7 years.
It's still dead.
Not really. They had Samus Returns a few years ago.
They had Federation Force.
And why not talk about that? Fucking whatever. It was. This was like the hypest shit for me at the time. This was like the best of show. Was this trailer for Other M? I want you two to watch this trailer.
I just want to put in perspective for the audience. You know, Tech and I are very close in age. We were both watching this E3. For him, he chose Metroid Other M, the Nintendo game of the year. The game I was most excited for was Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, the duality.
The duality of gamers.
Duality of gamers. Like this trailer blew my fucking dick off because like it starts with like you're just going through the clouds like, oh my god, what is this? Really has nothing to do with Metroid. It's to show out the Team Ninja logo. It's like Team Ninja, oh shit. And then it gets all digital. It's like, oh what? Oh, and we're in space? Huh? What could this be? What could it Project M? They're making Project M for Brawl? It's literally what it was called. It was called Project M. And then you see Samus is like, oh shit, what the fuck? We're seeing that they're making a Metroid game, and it's gonna be about Adam and Samus from Metroid Fusion. Because in Metroid Fusion.
So when you're seeing this character, do you know it's Samus?
Yes. Yes, I did. If
I saw this character, I would not, and I didn't know this was another M trailer, I would not know that this is Samus at all.
I was.
She looks like a Square Enix character.
I'm going to be real. You're probably going to call me predictable. I really like that Samus. That Samus design.
Team Ninja. The Team Ninja cinematics are good. Like this trailer looked fucking sick as hell. And it's like showing all this like weird like dynamic gameplay like it's fucking with the camera around. Those are like the kill shots or whatever that you would do in that game.
She looks like blonde Ripley.
Hey, did you know the Metroid series was heavily inspired by the oh my god, there's this part where there's this one of the Federation soldiers is just like he's like, remember me, and he like activates his like visor so you see his face. It's just this black guy who this was like a huge meme on like the game FAQs forums. Yeah, it's really funny because like you watch the trailer and he's just like, remember me, and you're just like, no. So everyone, until his name was revealed, by the way, his name, Anthony Higgs. He's like the only cool character in Other M. But everyone just called him MBD, or Mysterious Black Dude, until his name was revealed.
The absolute state of gamers in 2009.
Yeah, it was something. Oh my god,
I just love it's remember me, and he's like smiling.
He's like smiling. He's like, no, I don't. They show cutscenes for like the fucking they reenacted the Super Metroid ending, which is kind of a spoiler. And
look at the top comment on that video.
I still remember you, black guy. Shame I didn't remember anything else about the game. He was the only character with any sort of personality, even if it was just like stereotypical black sidekick guy.
Yeah.
It was something, but it was something. Oh my god, this game, I've talked about this before.
Anyone else here because they remembered him?
See, it was such a huge meme. It was like, it was funny. Oh man, yeah. So that was like the best. That was the best fucking trailer at that show, and it was supposed to come out in like June of next year, and that was really hype. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get to play Other M all summer long. Guys, guess what they did?
They delayed it.
They delayed it to August 31st.
You only had a couple days to play it then.
School had already started.
Oh, school started for you in August? Okay.
Starts in August 29th. I was heartbroken. Devastated. I've had money saved up for it and everything. You know what was nice though? My mom bought it for me.
Oh, there you go.
It's one of the only Nintendo games that you can like get for dirt cheap. Oh man, yeah. I love talking about Other M, but shit, I gotta play it again someday just to know. Okay, let's talk about some good games.
Still Nintendo.
Still Nintendo.
Okay.
Still Nintendo. Because they announced Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story at this E3 as well, and that was awesome. I was a huge Mario and Luigi fan.
As you should be.
As you should be. Bowser's Inside Story, I think people widely agree it's one of the best in the series. I'd say it's about on par with Superstar Saga. It's just a really good game. You get to play as Bowser in it, and you know, Bowser's really fun. He always has a lot of personality in the RPGs, and this one, since you got to play as him, you got to see him for like they gave him like tons of shit to work with.
You got to see him for who he really was.
Yeah, I mean, you literally went inside him. There's a scene that people say awakened like fetishes, where Bowser like eats a bunch of food and gets fat. Thankfully, that didn't unlock anything inside of me. What?
Thank God it didn't.
Yeah, thank goodness. And there was one more game, like big game, but Reggie won a game of Wii Sports Resort Basketball at the E3 show,
sure
so that's
got
pretty
announced.
cool. I just noticed that. I thought that was funny. All right, so here's the other game. I don't know why it's not on this docket, because I remember the reveal of it. They revealed Super Mario Galaxy 2 here.
Mm-hmm.
This was the first sequel to a 3D Mario game, like direct sequel, and Galaxy 2 better than Galaxy 1. because it's got Yoshi in it, and that was kind of all I needed because I love Yoshi.
Yashi.
I should play those games.
Yeah, I need to play it
Please.
again too. It's been so long.
Put respect on the man's name. It's Yashi.
It's actually Yossi.
Yashi.
If you ever see the original like box art for Yoshi's Island in Japan, it's called Yossi Island. Yossi.
I've never.
They also
what
they showed
console
off,
is Galaxy on? Is it on the Wii?
The Wii? Shit.
They also showed off at the time titled Monado Beginning of the World, which then eventually which eventually became Xenoblade Chronicles.
Oh, that's fucking cool. It doesn't say that on the
the Wikipedia.
Okay, yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles. It's that JRPG that your friend won't shut the fuck up about.
It mentions Xenoblade in this list. It just doesn't call it the Monado.
Oh, I just completely spaced that.
And then also, I don't believe it was shown at the Nintendo part, but Scribblenauts was shown off for the DS.
That's a cute game.
That's a really good game.
Flipnote Studio was also unveiled here, I guess. Or maybe just shown off. It came out in the subsequent August.
What's the one that's like Scribblenauts, but it's like a hero game?
Drawn to Life.
Drawn to Life? Yeah, that game's pretty cool.
You
Tabby,
also...
Did you go on Flipnote at all?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you remember like the Flipnote power users like Boss and Gizmo?
I'll be 100% honest. If you ask me to identify any specific information from before the year 2013, cannot tell you.
All right. Well, for all you Flipnote heads in the listeners,
any flippers?
Any flippers in the comments, sound off if you remember. Sound off your favorite Flipnote content creator. Mine personally was Gizmo. He was funny.
Man, Flip Flappers is a really good anime.
A couple other games were shown off at a variety of things, whether it was on the floor, press conferences and stuff.
Oh my god.
Castlevania Lords of Shadow, everyone's favorite Castlevania game. But the game I wanted to talk about, which is Nier. Nier got shown off.
Nier?
You know Nier now.
To my heart.
If you didn't know Nier before, you know it now.
Yeah, it's that game series that your weeaboo friend won't shut the fuck up about.
It's Nier is literally Demon Souls for like JRPG heads.
Oh my god, they showed off the after years.
They did.
Fuck.
Mountain Blade Warband was here.
Nier was a game that like I didn't play it until like 2011, I think. I played it pretty late. When did it actually come out?
Came out in 2011.
It came out in 2010.
Shit.
So yeah, I played it like the year after it came out. But Nier's really fucking good. If you didn't already know from the like cult fan base it spawned that resulted in the game being remade and added to Final Fantasy XIV.
Yoko Taro being like a household
name instead of like a cult icon. Yoko Taro's a bigger name than sweary to most people, and that shocks me.
That's definitely true.
Like,
I
think more people know Yoko Taro than David Cage.
Red Faction Gorilla was really good. I like that game a lot.
It just come out.
Yeah.
That game's Praxis, I hear.
They got Fat Princess here.
Also,
I'm just looking at a couple of.
We're at the point in the show where it's time for everybody to start yelling out titles they like.
Yeah, like Atlas had Demon Souls here at this E3.
Heavy Rain was here.
Like Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Infamous.
Demon Souls is already out at this point, so this isn't the E3 where everyone like shit on how bad Demon Souls was, but
Did I ever tell you, like, I remember, like, reading an interview about Demon Souls in a Game Informer magazine, and I was just like, they were talking, and they're like, yeah, and, like, this game is so hard, but, like, and you keep dying and dying and dying, and you'll eventually get through, and you'll master it. It's like, I'm just like, and you have to get back to your bloodstain to get your like experience back. And I'm like, this game looks so cool, dude. I want to try this sometime. And then I didn't know its name. So I just like, I never read the name in the article, or I forgot it or whatever. So I never actually played it until like way later.
Good thing Dark Souls became a cultural touchstone, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably would have like seeked it out eventually, but yeah.
Tech, I know you didn't, but Noel, did you ever play Star Wars: The Old Republic?
No.
I went on the B threads.
Star Wars: The Old Republic is like a 10 out of 10 MMO, except for when it went to shit.
Are you kidding me? Really? You serious?
Oh yeah.
Like started out 10 out of 10?
Like it started out 10 out of 10. So it was a BioWare MMO. So you had the illusion of choice. But like having like coming from games like WoW and other like things trying to be WoW or sandbox style games like EverQuest or RuneScape, it was the first game that at least I played that was providing a like very like good story throughout the game. And it also like you had because there were 8 different classes in the game. Each class had its own unique story throughout the entire thing. You had your own overarching plot, but there was individual stuff that you did by yourself. Well, you had some of the Jedi stuff and some of the Sith stuff overlapped. Like the class I played was the trooper, the clone, but it was specifically like a heavy gunner tank class. It had this like own whole deep delve into it. It had Fem Shep as the voice actor for the female one, which is the main reason why I picked it. Yeah. And it also has the best PvP game mode ever made in an MMO. It has Hut Ball, and a game mode I don't shut up about until this day. I bring it up in every conversation that I can, because Hut Ball is just
this is
like
the first I've ever heard of this.
Oh, I've talked about it a bunch before.
I don't think I've ever
Hut Ball
heard you talk about it, but
it's single flag capture the flag inside an MMO, but it's also the person who has the flag is then playing oddball in Halo as well, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's just it fit the game and like the pace of it very well, and it was designed really fun. The only issue is you only had a 1 in 4 chance of getting it every time you queued up for a PvP match, and the other 3 modes were not great.
Man, that shit sucks.
And then the game went get bad after like 4 expansions.
Game went bad.
It looks like they talked about 358.5 days.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about 358.5 days, Tabby?
Over 2.
It's specifically 358 over 2 days.
No, it's and a half.
No, it's 358 days over 2. That's the official title of it. It's...
Wow, what a wacky name for a game.
No, it actually it logically makes sense, like in the context of the game. Because Roxas Axel and
I know, I saw the movie.
Why am I blanking on her name?
Okay, but what about Dream Drop Distance?
No, that I was heavily thinking about it. I was like, is this the best handheld Kingdom Hearts game? And I still think I still have to give that to Chain of Memories.
All right, so Red Steel 2. They showed off Red Steel 2.
That was the good one, right?
Red Steel 2.
Nobody played that game. That's just a meme Nintendo fans like to give off.
Have you played it, Tabby?
No, it's not even a real game.
I heard the second one was like really good.
Yeah, I also heard that. I actually played it a bit. The sword stuff is like kind of crazy because it actually uses the Wii Motion Plus. Isn't
Red Steel like a submarine game?
No, it's your. God damn it! It's Steel Diver is the submarine game. You did it again. This is not the first time you thought something was Steel Diver.
I remember playing Red Steel at my old friend's house, and it was kind of fun, like the first one was. But like
no one liked the original. I remember like Red Steel getting like completely panned.
It got
like
reamed.
this game has like.
I'm surprised they made a second one.
Me too, honestly. Like Ubisoft, like honestly gave Nintendo like a lot of like games in the late 2000s, early 2010s. Like they genuinely gave them a shot. But like Red Steel 2 has like nothing. Like the aesthetic in itself is completely different. It's like got this like cool like cowboy or like robot thing going on. It looks really cool. I have to play it someday. But, people really liked it. Not just Nintendo fans. Critics liked it, too.
Look, I thought it was the submarine game. I'm sorry.
Nintendo fans don't even like fucking Steel Diver.
They talk about the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. That game?
No.
Grand Theft Auto 4, The Ballad of Gay Tony. I played the shit out of that DLC. Those DLCs...
Don't you have a story with that game?
Do I?
Maybe not. I don't know.
I don't know if I have one specifically. I remember playing a shit ton of that DLC specifically because it added a bunch of cool stuff to the like single player. That and Hell's Angels MC or something. Like the DLCs for Grand Theft Auto 4. I don't know how often they get talked about, but they were like really good.
They're bundled in with copies of the game.
Oh,
at least
no.
now.
Yeah.
Now, quote unquote.
I'm sure they put out like a Platinum Edition version that just has everything.
I have bad news, gamers.
What?
What's up?
I found someone who made an Excel sheet for all the E3 time zones and stuff for this year.
Okay.
And the Wholesome Direct is happening again.
What's the Wholesome Direct?
The Wholesome Direct was a direct that just featured like wholesome games that are
You're
just
not
like
supposed to use the word in the definition.
I'm tired.
They're putting out eye bleach.
Yeah, it's eye bleach games. It's this like these cutesy indie games that have like no actual mechanics behind them.
Okay, I'm not gonna watch it.
But we have to watch it.
No, we don't.
But it's in between Ubisoft and Gearbox.
You know what else was showed off this year? Africa. Do you remember Africa?
Yeah.
What?
We were
Wasn't
talking
Africa
about
a
this.
launch title?
I don't know. They just have it here.
Oh, weird.
The problem
Okay.
is like the things that are listed here are like things
Yeah, it was August
that,
28th, 2008.
Games that were there.
games that were there, playable on the show floor, but also just like referenced. So they might have like talked about Africa at some point.
All right. Do you two have any other games you want to talk about? Because I have one more thing I want to talk about regarding this, and I think we should end on what I have to say.
Go
ahead.
for it. I'm tired of shit.
Let's fucking go. Okay. So they didn't reveal this at an E3 or like at a press conference. They revealed this behind closed doors. Nintendo revealed key art for the upcoming Legend of Zelda game for the Wii. This was when it wasn't even called Skyward Sword. It was like we knew almost nothing about this game except for this piece of concept art. This is all we had to go off of. It was just a year of people speculating on this picture.
So did that one also have amiibos that like you travel between the sky and the ground?
No, that was
Okay.
before amiibos existed. This character, I mean, this is shockingly close to what we got with like there is no like this is Skyward Sword clearly, like that's Fee. She's like supposed to be the sword. That's why Link doesn't have a sword in the picture. He's right-handed because they needed him to be right-handed for the Wii Motion Plus.
Dude, I remember people getting really mad about that.
About him being right-handed or the
Yes.
Wii Motion Plus thing?
Him being right-handed.
Like, no, it's not canon.
Dude,
That is something Zelda fans would get mad about.
I distinctly remember them being like, "What, dude? This is fucking bullshit. We should
Where
play."
does Skyward Sword fit into the Zelda timeline? Don't answer.
I still want to remind players that Hyrule
What?
Historia was the worst thing that happened to that series.
Wait, no, hold on. We need to go back to that. What?
All right, sit down, everyone. So like, I blame fans for this because obviously Nintendo didn't give a fuck about the Zelda timeline for a very long time. But since people wouldn't stop talking about it, they just kept putting more and more like quote unquote references to connect the games. Skyward Sword is meant to be the first game in the timeline. It sets up the events of all the other games. Like Ganon isn't in it, but his like this guy or like the ultimate like evil or something that reincarnates himself as Ganondorf is in it. Like that's the origin story for Ganondorf.
That evil's name, Mr. Dorf.
No, his name's Demise actually. He looks like a Kuma.
Demise. Oh, I should play this game.
But like, so it's like this is the first game in the Zelda timeline, and it makes me admittedly it makes me irrationally mad because in this game Link has his getup, his iconic getup that he has in all the other Zelda games.
What about Minish
and
Cap?
like, I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
It's explained in that game that his garb is like the traditional Skyloft, like the Skyloft like soldier outfit or something. Okay, that's cool. Oh, wait a minute. You already explained why Link has a hat in the other Zelda games with the Minish Cap. The Minish Cap is literally the origin story for why Link has a hat. Now Minish Cap makes no fucking sense. You ruined it. Thank you.
You don't understand. It's a really cool hat.
It is a cool hat, and that's why it's cool in the Minish Cap that it's a talking hat. That's why I like Breath of the Wild, because it obviously doesn't fucking care about the timeline at all.
The hat's gone.
Isn't it like post-apocalypse?
It's like Breath of the Wild? It's so far flung in the future it doesn't matter. That's literally what they said. Like so we're just like, where does it take place in the timeline? And like Aonuma or something was like,
I don't know if you can say that.
Can I not say that?
I don't think you can say that word.
Oh, no, I'll censor it or something. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Regardless.
I'll tell you why later.
After the show, we're just like, where does it take place in the timeline? Aonuma was like, it takes place somewhere way far in the future. It doesn't really matter. Just completely decimating them and annihilating them. And yes, no, you're right. The Hyrule Historia is bad.
It's the worst thing to happen.
The concept art is cool.
The Breath of the Wild cookbook. Just stop releasing this shit.
Okay.
Where does Breath of the Wild 2 take place, though?
Who knows?
What if it takes place even further in the future?
It takes place far enough for Zelda to have cut her hair.
Then get a dump truck ass.
Yeah. Well, she already had that 100 years in the past. Awooga. All right. Thank you all for listening to Journalism Not Guaranteed. I'm going to go to my sensitivity training because I fucked up. And I wish you all a good week. And fingers crossed that we're talking about the Switch fucking Pro next week.
Namaste.
Namaste.